tank. The SOMUA S35 is a French cavalry tank used during World War II. From 1936 to 1940, a total of 430 units were produced as equipment for mechanized divisions of the cavalry. The S-35 was a fast and heavily armored medium tank for its time, outperforming other tanks of the same class in both armor and firepower. After the fall of France, it was captured and used by the Axis powers. The S-35 was designed based on the specifications of the cavalry tank AMC, Automitra used a combat machine gun vehicle, that was revised in a directive dated June 26, 1934. Compared to the original specifications for the AMC issued in 1931, the new specifications had increased weight to enhance protection against anti-tank guns. Before the directive, the French army had already contacted SOMUA, Société d'Autilage Mécanique et d'Usinage d'Artillerie, a subsidiary of Schneider located in St. Denis, regarding the production of prototype vehicles, and SOMUA agreed to this on July 16. Production began on October 12, 1934, and the prototype vehicle named AC-3 was completed on April 14, 1935. The AC-3 was subjected to evaluation tests from July 4 to August 2, 1935. Further improved prototype vehicles, AC-4, were produced with a total of 4 units, and these were tested until January 27, 1938. These prototype vehicles were equipped with the standard APX-1 turret with a short-barreled 47mm tank gun SA-34. The name APX comes from the fact that this turret was manufactured by the Puteaux factory, Atelier de Construction de Puteaux, APX. The chassis and turret of the SOMUA S35 were made of cast armor with a maximum thickness of 47mm and 40mm, respectively. The chassis was divided into 4 parts, with the lower body split left and right and the upper body split front and back, each connected by bolts. The turret was a variation of the APX-1 turret mounted on the Renault B1, utilizing the APX-1 CE, Chemin Élargi, which had its turret ring expanded from the original 1022mm to 1130mm. This was redesigned to make it easier for the radio operator to assist the commander in loading the main gun ammunition box containing 118 rounds, 90 armor-piercing shells and 28 high-explosive shells, and a magazine of 2,250 machine gun rounds. However, as with the Renault B1, the instructions for driving and the operation and loading of the main gun remained the sole responsibilities of the commander. The only change was that the operation of the radio was assigned to another crew member. The radio was assumed to be one of the standard equipment for the S-35. In reality, while the squad leader's vehicle was equipped with the ER-29, Amateur Receptor 29 equals Type 29 transmitter receiver, for inter-unit communication, due to the shortage of the ER-28 short-range radio for intra-unit communication, the other 4 vehicles of the squad, excluding the squad leader's vehicle, were not equipped with radios. The plan to equip them with radios was postponed until the summer of 1940, so it was not completed in time for the war. The suspension was designed by Eugene Brilly, who developed the Schneider CA-1, the first tank in France. Brilly had previously worked at the Czech Skoda company, and the suspension was based on his design of the LT-35, featuring 8 road wheels grouped into 4 bogies supported by leaf springs, and equipped with large tension adjustment wheels. The prototypes and early production vehicles were fitted with tracks of fine pitch, 75mm pitch/144 links per side, whereas in later production vehicles, the pitch was expanded, 105mm pitch/103 links. The engine is located at the rear of the vehicle, and it is equipped with 2 self-sealing fuel tanks, 100 liters/140 liters, on each side. The engine compartment is separated from the combat compartment by a firewall. The engine, which is rated at 200 horsepower in the catalog, was designed by Javier Sabin, and fuel is consumed from the smaller tank while automatically being replenished from the larger tank. As a result, inexperienced crew members sometimes made the mistake of refueling only the smaller tank. The engine and suspension were difficult to access and maintain, which proved to be a hassle. This was improved in later models. The S-35 was equipped with an automatic fire extinguishing system, which consisted of several canisters containing bromomethane, methyl bromide, placed in hazardous areas. Like the British and Soviet Red Armies, the French Army clearly distinguished between cavalry tanks and infantry tanks. Although the French Army focused on defense as a means to victory in the forthcoming war, they were realistic enough to consider launching offensives when strategically necessary. It was deemed that each phase of the offensive, namely breakthrough and deep penetration, required specialized vehicles. The SOMUA S35 was designated to fulfill the latter role. The S-35 had a good speed, appropriate range, firepower capable of destroying virtual enemies such as the Soviet BT-7 and the Nazi German Panzer III, as well as armor strong enough to withstand their shells. Therefore, the S-35 was considered capable of penetrating deep into enemy territory and destroying the enemy's reserve armored forces. This is why today the S-35 is often cited as one of the best tanks of the 1930s. On the other hand, some disadvantages are also pointed out. Mainly, there are three shortcomings mentioned: operational, tactical, and strategic deficiencies. However, the single-person turret, which is regarded as the greatest weakness today, was not included in the shortcomings that were raised at the time. It was believed that, compared to the larger three-person turret, there was no need for the crew members to coordinate their movements, and the turret's rotation speed was faster, thus reducing the burden on the commander.